Okay, here's the Year 9 2020 exam on Algebra and Linear Equations. Let's get started. Question 1. Answer the following. So the variable is m, the coefficient is 4, and the constant is 11. So this one, the variable is a, there's minus 1a, so that's the coefficient, and pi is the constant because pi is a number that does not change. Question 2. So this is 3 lots of m multiplied by n. So now we substitute m is 5 and n is negative 0.4. We type that into a calculator in exactly the same way. And we get our answer of negative 6. So here is n divided by p. N is minus 0.4 and p is a third. So we type it in once again exactly the same way, and to type in a third you can see I typed it as 1 divided by 3 there, making sure it's the same. It gives us an answer of minus 1.2. And for part C, it's m multiplied by n minus a to the power of p. So now I'm going to substitute them in. M is 5, n is minus 0.4, and p is a third. So be careful when you type this one in. Minus 8 to the power of, and I'm using my brackets again. You can see how I've typed it in, and it'll give us our answer of negative 4. Question 3, expand. So times this by 3 to get 3a plus 15, and times this by 2 to get 2f minus 10. Question 4, so we're collecting like terms. So we end up with 4x plus 2x is 6x, and 7 plus 3 is 10. 6x take away x is 5x, and 2 take away 8 is minus 6. 3x squared minus 1x squared is 2x squared, and we've got the x cubed. Obviously you can write this one the other way around. Bid mass here, you end up with 2x minus 12x, which is negative 10x. To solve, because it's plus 7, we minus 7 to get 3x equals 21, and then we divide by 3 to get x equals 7. Same as over here, because it's minus 8, we plus 8 to get 28, and then we multiply by 3, and 28 times 3 is 84. Question 6, expand and simplify. So we get 4x plus 36 plus 3x plus 10, so we get 7x, plus 15. So 36 plus 15 is 51. So here we get 6a plus 18 minus 2a plus 10, because the negative multiplied by negative is a positive. So then we end up with 4a plus 28. So factorizing is the opposite of expanding. So we can take out a factor of 4, and 5x plus 4 is left. So we took out the 4. Here we can take out a 3, an x, and 3 y's. So we end up with 3x minus 5y when we factorize it fully. Question 8. So simplify. 5 times 3 is 15, and then we've got x to the power of 8. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and then a5 divided by 8 is a4. Well, b to the power of 0 is 1, 3 times 1 is 3, and 2 cubed is 8, and a squared to the power of 3 is a to the power of 6. Question 9. Right, Dave thinks of a number, he adds 18, divides by 5, his answer is 2.6. What number did he think of? So using algebra, he thinks of a number, x. He then adds 18, divides it by 5, and his answer is 2.6. So we wrote it out using algebra. Now let's just work backwards. Because it's divided by 5, we multiply it by 5, and 2.6 times 5 is 13, and then because it's plus 18, we minus 18, so x must be negative 5. Solve for a. So therefore we minus the 3a, and we plus the 12 to get 2a equals 28, and therefore we divide by the 2, a must be 14. Question 11, so let's write these out. So that's going to be, so standard form must be a number between 1 and 10, so that's 5.02, and we've moved our decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces that way. must be a number between 1 and 10, so that's 3.2, and we've moved it backwards 1, 2, 3. Here we write out the number, and we're moving our decimal point 3, so 1, 2, 3. Same again, but we're moving it backwards 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, just to check that they work, 1 mark each. Question 13, expand and simplify. So a bracket times a bracket. You can use FOIL, you could do x times x is x squared, x times 8 is 8x, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 8 is 40. Simplify by collecting like terms, x squared plus 13x plus 40. Same over here, we get a squared minus 2a plus 7a minus 14, and minus 2a plus 7a is plus 5a. Alright, question 14. So when you're simplifying, sometimes it's easy to write it as a fraction, so I'm going to do that now. Divided by 2 lots of 3ab cubed. Now I'm going to simplify the denominator. 3 to the power of 3 is 27, and then you've got a cubed, b cubed. Now I'm going to simplify the coefficients using my calculator, because this is going to be 54 on the bottom, and we've got 12 on the top. So I'm literally going to type in 12 over 54. Now to turn that into a fraction, you can use your SD button on your calculator. So we end up with 2 over 9. A's. Cross off 3 from top, 3 from bottom, we've got 1 left there. Cross off 2 B's, we've got 1 B left on the bottom. When we're dividing a fraction by fraction, we KFC. So keep the first, flip the second, and multiply. 3 times 6 is 18 AB. 2 times 5 is 10 a squared b cubed. Just let the bell go. Simplify the fraction. 18 over 10 becomes 9 over 5. 1a on the bottom and 2 b's once we cancel those out as well. So it's 9 over 5ab squared. Question 15. Evaluate the following index laws. So the denominator is 2, which makes it square root of 9 and the cubes left. Square root of 9 is 3 and 3 cubed is 27. Because this is a negative, it's 1 over 8 to the 2/3. The denominator is 3 this time, which is cube root of 8, and the square's left. The cube root of 8 is 2, you could type that into your calculator, and 2 squared is 4, so you get 1 over 4. Question 16. Determining values of a and b, so it's simultaneous equations, so we either want the a's to have the same coefficient or the b's, so we're going to times the top equation by 2 to get 10a plus 4b equals 82, because now you can see that the b's have the same number. If we then subtract, 10a take away 4a is 6a, 4b take away 4b cancels, 82 take away 52 is 30. We can then solve this. Divide by 6, a must be 5. Now that we know that a is 5, we're going to substitute it into here. So we get 5 lots of 5 plus 2b equals 41, which is 25 plus 2b equals 41. Therefore we do 41 minus 25, which is 16. Divide by 2, b must be 8. We found both our answers. Question 17. Transpose, which means, well, it says make b the subject, so we need b by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this negative 2a to the other side to get plus 2a. Now, because it's times by 6, we divide by 6. Now we just need to simplify this side here. Because everything's even, we can half it all to get 2c plus a over 3, and that's how you get the 3 marks, 1, 2, 3 steps. Question 18 is simultaneous equations worded, so we just need to create it into an equation. So you've got 5 apples and 7 bananas equals 325. And you've got 6 apples plus 8 bananas equals $3.80. So it's like the other simultaneous equation, we need to make the a's or the b's the same. So I'm going to times the top one by 6 and the bottom one by 5, so they both start with a 30. So top one by 6. So you get 30a plus 42b. can use your calculator there. It's 19.5. 3.25 multiplied by 6 is 19.5. Times bottom one by 5 to get 30a plus 40b. 3.8 times 5 is 19. 3.8 times 5. Yep, 19. Now I'm going to do this one. Take away this one. Cancels. 42 take away 40 is 2b equals 0.5. If you divide it by 2, your banana is 0.25. So I'll show you there. Now we know banana, we're going to substitute into here. So we get 5a plus 7 lots of the 0.25 equals 3.25. Let's go 5a plus 175. 7 times 0.25 is 175 equals 3.25, and we subtract it. And then we get 5a is at 1.5 divided by 5, and we know the apples must be 0.3. Now the question though asks how much would 4 apples and 10 bananas cost in total. So that means we have 4 apples plus 10 bananas. You type that into your calculator. So 4 lots of 0.3 plus 10 lots of 0.25, and you get your $3.70, which is your 5th mark there. Question 19, solve. So to solve, we want one term on the left and one term on the right so we can cross multiply. So we could simplify these two, but because this denominator is the same as this one, I'm going to move that to the other side. So minus 5 lots over x minus 1. I moved all of this over here. Now to simplify, we get, well, 9 lots of that, take away 5 lots of that is obviously 4 lots of your x minus 1. Now to cross multiply, because this side is divided by x, I'm going to times this side by x. And because this side is divided by x minus 1, I'm going to times by x minus 1 after I expand. I can then move the 3x to this side to get minus 3 equals 4x minus 3x. And now I'm just going to write it out with the x on the left. 4x take away 3x is 1x, and that must equal your negative 3, which of course is the same as negative 3 equals x, same. Question 20. Transpose to make m the subject. So we've got m's on both sides, so we either move the m's to this side or the m's to this side. I'm going to move the m's to this side because then they're both positive. So we get 5a squared minus ab equals bm plus 4m. So I'll just move those two. Then I'm going to factorize here by taking out the m to get b plus 4, and this side stays the same. Because it's m multiplied by that, we're then going to divide it by that bracket to get what m is. So there's our 3 marks. Question 21. So we're going to simplify. So quite a lot going on here, so let's do one little step at a time. So I'm going to keep them two the same. Times by. Well, to the negative 3 means it moves to the bottom. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So now there's going to be an 8 on the bottom. B to the power of negative 3 can stay there. And 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 2 just stays there, so I'm going to leave that where it is. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 is 4. And c to the power of 0 is 1, so times by 4 is 4. So now let's tidy this up. So the top, we've just got an a to the minus 3. B would be minus 2, because we're plusing this one. And c is minus 9. Our denominator, 4 times 2 is 8, times 8 is 64. And we've just got a b to the power of 4. Now finally, let's move our negatives. So 64 stays on the denominator. The 8 and negative 3 moves down and becomes positive. The minus 2b moves down to now make that 6. And the c to the minus 9 moves down. And there's a 1 left on the top because you can't leave it empty. Last question. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set it up as a fraction over 2a to the 8 minus b squared. Now when we do this, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and we need to do that, take away that. So I'm going to do that over to the side to show you what we're doing. So it's that indice minus that. Because remember, it's that take away that when we're dividing. So 3b take away minus b becomes 4b. Minus 8 over 2. So I just did that, take away that. Now to divide all that by 2, we end up with 2b minus 4. So our answer is a to the power of 2b minus 4. And that's how you get 100% on the Year 9 2020 Algebra and Equations exam.